So Payal, let's continue from where we left. You were giving us some fabulous advice on, the kind of questions one must look out for while renovating the home. So if you could just continue.
Yeah. So basically, very important from a layman's perspective, you have to be very, very open and frank and honest with your professional.
Sure.
Nothing happens better than teamwork.
Yeah.
You need to have absolute trust in each other. And be very candid and very open about, what is your budget? What is your style statement? What are the things that you'd like to reuse if it's a renovation job?
Sure.
Or even if it's a new job, what exactly is your taste? And how can the professional help you to take you there? Because his or her job is to only handhold you and work as a team with you, because he doesn't know exactly what your lifestyle is all about, what your what your whole daily regime is all about,
Completely.
what your family is all about.
Yeah.
And he can only help you make a house, but to make a home, you have to go a bit beyond and, work as a team.
Couldn't agree with that more, Payal. Yeah. It is not about a house. It is a home.
True.
And some keywords she used, it's about team. It's about a partnership. It's about trust. And it's about giving ownership to, one particular person to see your style and dream come true. So thank you so much for that fabulous advice. So now moving into specific rooms, the living room. Let's start with that, because I think you want it to be most attractive and special, as a place.
Sure.
What are some of the trends, ongoing trends, which are upcoming in the living room space?
Again, I'd like to categorize it into various age groups.
Okay.
What happens is when I'm designing something for a young, trendy couple who just kind of got married, their tastes are going to be totally different because their lifestyles are going to be totally different.
Yeah.
Similarly, when I'm looking at somebody between 30s and 40s, the kids have come in, the needs are different.
Yeah.
Everybody is living in apartments these days. Very few have the luxury of living in bungalows.
Yes.
So what happens is that the living room also becomes like an extension of an everyday use.
Sure.
Hence, the needs are totally different. Likewise, when you're looking at 40s, 50s, 60s, people are more settled in, people have got more stuff to show, more classic, more understated in their taste.
Yeah.
So things are different. Now, what happens is, coming back to this, when you're looking at somebody you're designing for in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, maybe we can just take an example of an age group and then you could share.
Exactly. So for those people are pretty hip, pretty chic, pretty trendy in their outlook. Again, they want monochrome, they want black, white, gray, beige. Those are the kind of color schemes and the mood palettes that you kind of work with. They bring out probably, so it's all very, it's all very monochrome with them.
Yeah.
It's not bling.
Yeah.
And so as we kind of keep moving, I'm not saying it's bling, but there's more story, there's more like things to show. There's more of a personal touch that starts coming in, because you have to understand and appreciate at that age, you've not begun to collect. Your journey has just begun.
True.
So it's pretty Spartan. But what happens is, as we kind of design for age groups which are, probably older, they have collected things. There are more sentimental values attached to a lot of items that they have.
True.
So we need to showcase it in a proper, respectable manner.
That's fabulous to know, and very interesting to see how it can differ age group wise. So no matter which age group you are, I hope you're typing out those questions in that comment box. We'll be back answering those really, really soon. So coming back to living room, another thing, how is it, spaces are just becoming tinier and tinier, Payal. But we do want our space to look bigger.
Right.
So if I want my living room to look that tad bit bigger, any trick that you could suggest?
There are two tricks which never go wrong.
Okay.
Firstly, keep it less. Keep it less is more. As
minimalism.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Yeah. And irrespective of the mood palette that you're going in for, and try and open up. Every living room has definitely a large window or a nice space. Try and bring in outdoors, indoors. I mean, have trees or little garden, or if you have the luxury of an open, whatever the open area that you have. If you're living in Mumbai, you have sea view, or you have maybe a building view, or whatever it may be. Bring in light. Don't cramp up your place.
Yeah, open it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing being that, what you can do is you can have use a lot of mirrors. Not necessarily that you use Venetian mirrors, because those are expensive. But what trick that I would like to kind of advise people is, panel a wall and have nice large beveled mirrors. Long mirrors, square mirrors, rectangular mirrors. It looks like a mirrored wall. So what happens is, it kind of reflects the complete living room, and it obviously starts doubling up the space. So that's a trick. Secondly, don't keep small art pieces. The smaller you have, you kind of begin to show clutter. Make a statement by having one large art piece one large artwork, and let that reflect in your mirror. So what happens is automatically your place starts looking bigger. Keep the furniture, if it's a small space, keep the furniture, the proportions of the furniture to be, reasonably low. You can't have high furniture with low ceilings.
Yeah.
So work with proportions and work with sensible proportions.
But
these are the 2-3 tricks that you need.
Such awesome tricks. I can already envision my own living room becoming bigger by tomorrow with those suggestions. Thank you. Now let's move towards the heart of the home.
Yeah.
Being women, I think we'll know where we are going.
Kitchen.
We're going towards the kitchen, of course.
Sure.
Some trends in the kitchen, any wall concepts in specific that you'd like to share?
Definitely. Now, again, in the kitchen, bring in light. Very important. Don't keep it like cluttered and just say, okay, fine, we've got one exhaust and that's going to take care of the smoke and the fumes, etc.
Yeah.
And keep the palette and the mood board light. Don't go in for, it's already a hot place, right? So don't try and play with blingy colors like red. It's an absolute no-no because there's already fire there. And so keep the mood palette beige, whites, those kind of colors, pretty soothing to the eye. And if you want to create a wall, and similarly that goes with the mood, with the cupboards and the cabinetry, etc. And now, of course, coming to kitchens, you have such an amazing collection of tiles available. You've got an amazing collection of marble, granites, materials available.
Yeah.
Similarly, in terms of laminates, etc. So just blend in. The whole synergy has to be in total sync with each other. You cannot look at anything in isolation. There cannot be a disconnect or a divorce between the materials. It has to be clubbed together. It has to be there has to be a perfect marriage. Keep it light. And if you like color, you like you like some amount of bling or whatever, play with tiles. And I think the tiles, you can create one wall which could be the concept wall, and it can really do wonders. And from the tile, you can pick up one color. Let's say you've got a cobalt blue or something. So bring it out in maybe just the drawers. So that'll bring out an element of color, but keep the palette simple.
Keep the palette simple. Keep it understated. Make it minimal. Let light come in, so make it look brighter and bigger.
And then, of course, the most important, that is where the aesthetics is concerned.
Yeah.
But yes, before you go into all that, there's huge amount of element of planning which goes into a kitchen.
Yeah.
The space between the washing and the, the cooking.
Of course, the element of space.
The dry electricals, the wet electricals, the receivables, the dry. So that's planning. That's the architectural planning, which we as professionals do. And from there, we kind of build up. So first, the planning has to be very important. And from there on, then you kind of build up on your, aesthetics, etc.
Yes.
Mood boards.
But I absolutely love the idea of that tile wall. I think that is something we all must sincerely consider.
Definitely.
It can really transform your kitchen space.
Absolutely.